Welcome back to Integration. On our Let's Talk About It segment today, have you thought about getting into the media business? Well, it's a very difficult time in media, everybody knows, but there's a new program that is making things happen for young people who have barriers to get into media business. And the best part is it's being run by a young man who I've had the pleasure of working with and filming our TV specials in Somalia. Joining me in studio is Dwayne Holness, who is the founder of Corex Creative, also a director, but now a graduate of the program that he's running and teaching young people POV, presenting our vision, where they break the barriers for young people to get into media. So Dwayne, welcome to Integration. Thank you so much for joining us in studio.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to learn about this program. Many people don't know, but you are the director of our TV specials in Somalia.
Yes.
Which is amazing to travel to a whole nother country.
Oh, it was an amazing experience.
So tell us, what are you doing to change the lives of young people in Toronto?
Well, right now I'm a program manager for a film program called POV, Presenting Our Vision, which is a 6-month program that helps develop young creatives and young directors, not only to aspire to be a director, but just to open up the doors to show them what the possibilities are in the industry and how to make content and how to tell stories, because everyone has a story and we're trying to have them tell it in the most effective way.
What barriers to young people from diverse communities in Canada face?
Well, speaking of myself, being one of the a past participant and alumni, before being in POV, I was having trouble connecting with people who are in the industry. I mean, growing up in Jane and Finch, there wasn't a lot of programs like this, and there wasn't a lot of role models to look up to. You know, so I see these things. I see people on TV creating these beautiful pieces, but never figured out how it was done. Mm-hmm. And when I heard about POV, that gave me the knowledge and the opportunity to learn from those who've done it.
How did you break the barrier?
How did I break the barrier?
Yeah, basically, like, here you are, you said you're a kid from Jane and Finch.
Yeah.
You decided to pick up a camera
Yeah.
and learn the art of making videos, telling your stories. What inspired you to do that? Because most kids don't even think about that. They just think about making YouTube videos. They don't think this is a business, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I started off doing music videos. Never really did YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to use that as a craft to elevate myself and start a business with. And I always wanted more. I always wanted to create more. And for me pushing and starting transitioning into doing commercials, that was me breaking my barrier into the opportunities and the possibilities available to have a successful business.
That's amazing. So tell us what kind of stuff you do with the kids in the program.
So in the program,
and they're not kids, they're like youth.
No, so. They're not kids. They're not kids at all. They're young adults. Surprisingly, some are my age. Mm-hmm. And we're not pushing the age in terms of who knows more. Mm-hmm. We're just using it as a tool to say, this is what we have access to, and this is what you can do with it. So us teaching the class how to tell stories in a way where it's engaging to the viewer is another thought, and just not picking up a camera. Wow. And just knowing how it's done and knowing what do someone like Martin Scorsese, a big filmmaker, how does he create content that you want to watch again? Mm-hmm. You know, and now with the new platforms and the new devices, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's all these devices. How do you create content that won't get skipped over? How do you create compelling content that makes you want to watch it over and over again? And that's what we study, and then we introduce them to industry people who have done it, and they tell their stories. And now
so you're basically building a bridge for them. What about job opportunities? Do they have a good track record with that?
Yeah, so aside from building the opportunity for them to be introduced, after the program, there's so many opportunities. There's so many opportunities with the connections that we have in the production world, to be a director for something, or to not even just directing, but there's so many opportunities. There's people that like to edit, and we set them up with.
And that's such an underrated thing, because
is.
people don't understand behind the scenes where the money is made in the media business. It's not.
It's where the editing. It's in the editing room.
Editing room, exactly.
Everything is in the editing room, and we teach them stories are told in three ways, right? There's the writing, there's the directing, and then there's the editing.
Yes.
So we show them that there's the process, and they all play a key role into the finished product.
Yes.
And afterwards, myself, when I was in the program, I was able to shoot a commercial for Participation, which gave me the exposure to have a product that's aired nationwide, all throughout Canada. So someone coming from Jane and Finch, now having this opportunity and breaking those barriers to see the possibilities, that's what I strive for. And me being now the program manager, I'm able to shed that light, and I'm speaking from a place of experience.
Yes.
So for me to be able to tell them this is what I've gone through and this is what you can get through, that gives more hope to the class.
So what has the response been?
The response is great. Some people came in not knowing what they even want to do. They know that they just had a passion for the industry and just want to know more. So, I mean, we're teaching them editing. Wow. And they don't know anything about editing. So for them to put together a piece,
takes hours or days.
Yeah, that
in the beginning is very hard.
And they see the process.
Yes.
They see the process, and some gravitated a lot more to the editing than others, and some will gravitate to writing more than others.
I think what's interesting about the media business is that once the training starts happening, different personalities go with different job descriptions.
Exactly. And you'll see who's excelling in what field, because there's so many different. People underestimate production.
Yes.
There's so many people that come out just to make one product.
Yes.
Right? And everything plays a key role.
Absolutely. So we'll be back after the break. We're going to meet one of your students.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We have one of our alumni that's going to talk about his experience. So not just being in the program, but what he's doing after the program.
Exactly.
And what's that follow through like?
Now, just before we go to the break, you've accepted the first 6 months now, so that program is already filled up.
Yeah. So our first cohort happens for 6 months. Right now, we have 16 people in our cohort, and once they go through that, we go through their graduation, and then we do applications again.
That's amazing. We've been speaking with Dwayne Holness, director, also founder of Corks Creative, but now program manager for POV, an innovative program presenting our vision, breaking barriers for young people in media. We'll be back right after these messages on integration. Welcome back to Integration. On a Let's Talk About It segment today, we're still talking about the POV program, presenting our vision, an innovative program that is breaking barriers for young people from diverse communities to break into media in Toronto. Arjun Bola joins us. He's a recent graduate of the program, and we're going to learn about what he's doing. So you graduated from this media training program. That's correct. Tell me, do you think you face barriers in breaking into the industry?
It is. I did face a lot, and I'm not saying I'm currently thoroughly out of it. This program did help me cross the major ones that a lot of startups face, and which is basically, just getting your work out there, publishing the work, how to get your first project made. And I feel like this program basically helped me with that. I faced a lot of barriers where it's like, at one point I was just there sitting at home, it was just doing nothing because I was confused about what I really wanted to do or whether I still wanted to do film. And when I came across this program really helped me decide that, this is how you approach the industry, this is how you approach your project, and how to take it further from just an idea and how to develop it and go in pre-production and actually shoot and edit your project and get it out there.
A lot of parents from diverse communities don't necessarily want their kids to be filmmakers. I'm sure your parents be a doctor. How do they feel about you breaking into this business?
When I first, this was in high school, and it was first I told them I was going to do engineering and stuff, and they were happy about that. And then I wasn't feeling in sciences because I felt like it wasn't my strongest path. It's not what I wanted to do. And one thing I learned about filmmaking is that, and in general, is that you want to wake up every morning and just jump out of bed to do that job. You don't have to just be worried about it. And when I told my parents I wanted to do film, they were kind of stressed out because they know how hard the industry is. Yeah. It's not just like I want to be a filmmaker and you can just be out there. it's like that small steps that you have to take that will get you there. So it was hard, but I felt like as I started making short films and short projects, they kind of got ambitious about that too. And they were like, okay, you know, he's doing it. It's not just any knockoff projects that he's just like woke up and he said he wants to do film. And yeah, so they did help. And after that, they did support me throughout that. So
Well, that's great. Welcome to the industry.
thank you so much. I'm actually excited.